Welcome back, everybody. You got Will and I Man here from the Block Runner, MetaZone, Roby, and Mscribe, and we got some DMT updates. Physics, dude. It's coming in hot.
My favorite thing, dude. Physics.
Wait,
Everyone's favorite thing.
You'd rather not learn about physics? You'd rather learn about like biology or what?
Ow.
Right.
See, that was physics in demonstration, dude.
Exactly, dude.
Why is this fucking thing in my way? Why is this material creation like impeding my ability?
Why does it have to be metal?
Yeah, all that shit, right? Why? So yeah, boring. Snooze. I don't want to learn all that, dude. But luckily, that's why we have you, dude. You're the arbiter of
I've been saying it.
Physical understanding, I guess, and eventually the application of that into the digital space. So that I want to learn more about.
I don't know how anyone is not excited about physics. I don't get it.
Well, you're so out of touch.
TJ, are you excited about physics?
I've been waiting for this.
My whole life, dude. Fuck yeah, dude.
The physics episode.
Yeah. You know what? There's probably like a pocket of you guys out there actually probably like wondering, it's like, when are you guys going to talk about physics again?
Oh, okay, yeah. I was going to say, well, there's a huge pocket on YouTube, like learning,
cool.
right?
But I'm talking about like our audience. You know?
Well, speaking of, there's a lot of people in our audience talking about physics, like Michael Saylor. Like,
I don't think he watches us, dude. But maybe he does.
Yeah, I'm sure he does. That's where he gets our physics information.
Okay.
And also, introducing Paolo. He happens to be the CEO of Tether. Ever heard of Tether, dude?
I have heard of Tether.
You've heard of it, right?
Only the most like cheat code company in the world. It's like 100 employees generating like 10 billion revenue.
A quarter.
Yeah, it's like, Jesus, dude.
How does that happen, Paolo? How do you make 10,
I know, right?
10 billion a quarter?
Well, they publish like these like very like these reports that, you know, make it make sense, but still doesn't make sense to me. But nonetheless,
that's insane.
That is insane.
On a stable coin, dude.
Stable coins of the future.
All right. Well, congrats, Paolo. But random take, he says, Bitcoin is embedded in the universe, math, and physics. Energy transformation, he says. Maybe humans just discovered Bitcoin.
Interesting.
Like, we didn't actually invent anything here. Like, Satoshi didn't really do anything. He just discovered it.
In what sense? Like, help me. In
all
the
same way that we
Make sense of
discovered
this.
DMT. Like, it wasn't like an invention or like some concoction. It's just a discovery.
Yeah, but the discovery of DMT comes from like the existence of Bitcoin, like actually performing this like energy harness act, right?
Yeah, I mean, so the way to describe Bitcoin, and Michael Saylor describes it using physics as well, is you use energy input to reduce the entropy.
Okay.
Therefore, you have a low entropy state. So give you an example. Like, take a room, right? Your room. If you don't clean it, it gets dirty, right? So entropy increases when it gets dirty. In order to clean your room, you need to put energy into your room, right? Mm-hmm. You have to like clean the stuff up, right?
Yep.
And therefore, you reduce the entropy.
Yeah.
And you have a low entropy state, and therefore you can actually use your room. You can like work. You can sleep peacefully.
Yeah, it's not like
you can do other stuff in the rooms, right?
Things aren't just like flying all over the place, and it's like uninhabitable. Right? That's a
so
high entropy environment.
So in physics, you want low entropy states. That's how you develop energy. That's how you extract energy from these things like oil, diamonds, gold. All these are like low entropy states. DMT assets, right? We're leveraging the low entropy state of the Bitcoin blockchain to transform a property into an asset, right? So yeah, Paolo is talking about it now, dude.
Damn. I wonder why. Like, well, so yeah, we're not the only. These concepts have been kind of like, I don't know, maybe because we're like seeking it out nowadays. I don't think these are like new additions to the narrative and the.
No, I think they've been using physics to describe Bitcoin for a while. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just because of the introduction of DMT that now there's like a mechanism in the other direction, I guess. Like that is like the new wrinkle to this whole equation of like Bitcoin being something of more substantial value than what we originally interpreted it to be, right?
Yeah.
It's not just this like store value mechanism, this transacting ledger. Like those are like the core fundamental use cases of it. up until now. But like there's a bigger picture as far as like what humanity is actually up to when it comes to Bitcoin, right? If you're like an alien species and you come in and observe, it's like, wow.
Yeah.
These humans have done something.
It's
like,
literally, Bitcoin is literally a new form of substance.
Yeah, great, correct. Yeah, so for us, it becomes painfully obvious, and anybody in this DMT space, right? Because we're leveraging that, tapping into that, right? And it's something nobody else is able to do, like in the creative space, outside of like the users of this framework, right? So that's why we're so passionate about it, and like you guys who are watching this and creating and all this stuff. This is the interesting stuff. This is, it makes you ponder and think like, man, I might be participating in something potentially groundbreaking here, or we're just a bunch of psychopaths
or you're just participating in like the gigantic realm of memes.
Like a clown show?
A clown show.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see. To be determined, but that's why we keep up with these like unique takes from people who are obviously not paying attention to the DMT. I don't think Paolo.
Of course he is, dude.
Okay, whatever. Okay.
All right, so let's see what Michael Saylor is actually saying. So this is only a 1 minute video. Here goes.
So how do we engineer a better system? Well, this is Tesla, and Tesla had a quote. He said, you want to understand the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. I'm going to translate that. I'm going to talk about the physics of money now. What are the physics of money? Energy is money, or capital, or wealth. You could use them interchangeably for this speech. Frequency is about the duration or the lifespan. How long will it take? A minute, an hour, a year, a century? And we vibrate money every time we trade with each other, or we transfer from one locale to another, or we transform a property into another type of asset.
See, transform a property into another type of asset. That's literally what DMT is.
The property of like value or an energy like storage within Bitcoin itself, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, being like the unit, I guess, of measurement for that or usability is the data itself, right? At least per the premise of DMT.
Yeah, and the property that he's specifically referring to is not the property that I'm referring to, but it's essentially the same thing. The property he's referring to is transforming energy into Bitcoin.
Yeah. Well, okay. So like
specifically,
I don't know if property is the right word. It feels like
the energy is a property. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's I don't know. I feel like mechanism might be the better word or whatever.
It's transformation, right? Whatever that mechanism is, the mechanism is mining, right? You use mining to transform energy into Bitcoin.
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
And so he has a really nice equation here. L equals VRM. L is the useful life, V is value of asset, and then M is cost to maintain. So the value of the asset divided by the cost to maintain gives you the useful life of it. So like if you put $100 million into a car, that's not going to last more than maybe 100 years. And then now $100 million is worthless, right? You put into a building, maybe it'll last 100 years before it starts like falling apart, maybe. But if you put $100 million into Bitcoin, then you're talking about what he says, 100,000 year lifespan because it doesn't degrade. There is no decay. And so he's advocating for people to buy Bitcoin, essentially.
Duh. Shocker, dude. Michael Saylor, the biggest bag holder on earth. He likes Bitcoin.
The smartest man on earth, man.
No way.
Yes.
Can't be.
He's converted all his cash reserves into Bitcoin. That's the smartest thing you could possibly do with cash, dude.
Wow. You heard it here first, Michael Saylor. Or we know everybody else that Michael Saylor is smartest man on earth, dude. That's quite the statement. Wow. More than Elon? Come on, dude.
Well, Elon hasn't converted all his cash into Bitcoin. I feel like that's a mistake.
Well, he's converting like all of like, I don't know.
Humanity into like a multi-planetary.
Yeah, exactly. All of human existence into like, leveraging us towards a type 1, type 2 civilization.
You never know, dude. If Michael Saylor ends up being right, he'll be richer than Elon Musk by by at least a magnitude,
Interesting.
like 2x, dude.
Well, these are definitely high thoughts. We're definitely on some DMT here.
Yeah.
So let's get more granular. So okay, we've established the DMT pill is,
Is being
digested outside of the realms of like this podcast, right? So what's going on actually within our ecosystem and community? All you guys watching this are probably like you're full DMT heads at this point, right?
Yeah.
Not potheads, DMT heads. So a whole new,
Close enough.
a whole new lifestyle. So what are we doing, dude? What's going on in this space?
Well, if you know Evie, he created NatCats, and he just made an announcement that he's going to be the first to deploy a block drop to all Natcat holders.
Yeah, that's wild. I mean, so people are super excited about this.
Yeah.
I mean, ourselves included, because we've been, working up to this point in time where block dropping becomes an actual usable mechanism. So, yeah, I mean, EV has always like had it in the back of his mind, like how to utilize it for a while now. Since we've, started talking about it. I mean, we've always been talking about it. It's actually was part of the
drop, the Git book,
the Git book, the framework as one of the distribution methods, right? It's just, it's not as intuitive, and it requires some additional infrastructure, right?
Yeah. So there, we don't know when this is going to happen yet. There's a couple more things, loose ends that we need to like close up here, but it's going to be happening relatively soon, next couple of weeks.
Yeah, and I think this is going to set a precedent, dude. So we've talked to a lot of DMT creators, deployers about this, and they get it, right?
Yeah.
They understand the value of this, and it's another one of these things that like distinguishes this ecosystem from other existing, I guess, niches within the Web3 space, right?
Yeah.
This introduces a lot of new mechanics, a lot of new abilities at how to like strengthen what it is you've already kind of like deployed.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, a potential superpower, right? We have a lot of examples of, creators, developers, whatever, deploying things in Web3's past and like struggling with the idea, how do I create more value and expand my ecosystem from here?
Yeah.
It's basically like 99.9% failure rate with the existing tools they have, right?
That's right.
It's very tough.
Yeah.
Just go look at the graveyard of NFTs, dude. It's like, fuck. It's
quite large.
It's pretty large. Obviously, there's some missing components there to like sustain the value of those non-fungible ecosystems, right? So here we are, experimenting again with something new, right? A new wrinkle for non-fungible deployers and fungible to kind of take advantage of it.
Yeah, so how does a block drop works? So you have your Natcat, you go to Mscribe, and then you're looking at the details page of your Natcat, which you'll see here. And then there's going to be like a tab that says block drop, right? And I think we did a video of this already.
Yeah.
And then there is going to be a list of all things that have been block dropped. And by the way, EV from NatCats, which is the creator of NatCats, isn't the only one that can do a block drop to Natcat holders.
No, exactly.
Anybody, you listening right now, can do a block drop to all of Natcat holders. Could be anything. Could be a dish, a golden dish for your cat.
How about a milk bowl? That makes more sense.
Yeah.
It's a cat, dude. What do you mean by a
milk
dish?
bowl? Isn't that the same thing as a dish?
Well, I'm thinking like a flat dish, I guess
that's a high-class cat, dude.
I feel you. Yeah, you want to add some sophistication to your Natcat or enable?
Accoutrement, as they say.
I don't know what the hell that you just said. Accoutrement? Who says that? Okay. So, yeah, I mean, it's up to you, right?
Yeah.
So this is cool because now you're not just like a community of, holders, right? Now you have these vectors of contribution and creativity.
Yeah.
That's so badass. And us, like native metaverse builders, this has always been like super obvious to us. It's like, introducing more tools for contribution, especially in the metaverse equation. It's like a necessity, to such a degree,
Yeah, for sure.
You can't foresee like a future where the metaverse builds out without these tools for, mass scale contribution. Correct.
Yeah, you can't do it. You're not going to build the metaverse by yourself. Nobody's going to do it. Not Meta, not Roblox.
Yeah,
they're doing a good job, though.
Well, they're not doing it alone. It's the point. They have a whole community of contributors to like create value and cool stuff.
And it's only Web 2. There's no Web 3 there, so they're doing it wrong anyways.
But even that still works, right? the Web 2 way. Web 3 is like such
It's
a
because they don't know, man.
It's because
Look
they
at
had no
this.
choice.
Yeah, it's true. They didn't have a choice.
Yeah, leave them alone, dude. They started in 2005. Like Bitcoin wasn't even around, dude. Give them some credit.
All right. I'll cut them some slack.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on. Sat Explorer. Look at this art, dude.
Yeah. So I mean, we've been wondering when this OP Cat collection, because the art that's been teased leading up to now has been like, it's pretty crazy, right? So I get happy seeing like the artistry, I guess, expand within the DMT space. Because did you rewind to 8 months ago, dude, like, or not even like start of the year, I guess, when NatCats first hit. Like, did you really, anticipate like this DMT thing would result in like?
No. I mean, we knew that it was possible.
Yeah.
But we didn't know it was gonna like take off like this.
Yeah, and like bring like actual artists and stuff to the contributing to like this whole art on Bitcoin idea. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, that just comes from us because we don't have like an art background, as ironical as that is. But nonetheless, it's pleasing to see. So we have more examples of that in like these upcoming UNATs, the ninjas, DMT Ninjas.
Yeah, so we have an article here. Mscribe introduces DMT Ninjas and NatGoblins blockpad launches.
Yeah, so scroll down. Let's just take a gander at, I think so some of the art that's being released with the Ninja Collection. It was in that little video that you just kind of like skated by, dude. Yeah, man.
Yeah, this is cool.
This is cool. So there's a lot to it. There's like different, it's just like your standard UNAT, right? They're leveraging block height to generate these traits. Different color schemes, different pieces. You see, you got eye pieces here, hair, all that stuff. So the NatGoblins, similar concept right below it. Yeah, all the details as far as like the mint phases and stuff, the structuring of that, the pricing, it's all in this article. Definitely.
Man, these goblins are quite diverse, dude.
Oh, well, there's 10,000 of them, dude.
That's a lot.
Yeah, they are pretty diverse. So, I mean, this is it. So there's more examples of different UNAT collections, taking advantage of the block data. So, yeah, all the details in this article. Let's see. I think this is actually happening right now, dude. Let's take a glimpse.
DMT Ninjas. There it is.
Yeah, so if you haven't actually seen, like, the interface on Mscribe, how these things deploy and launch, this is it.
Dude, are you going to give them a thumbs up?
Yeah, what's actually happening here, dude?
All right, so you're looking at a PvP environment where all these like little black squares represents the cursor of some other human being across the globe, and they're flying around. They're selecting their squares. Yeah.
So the relevancy of the square, if you don't know, like that is the block.
Yeah, that's a Bitcoin block that you're acquiring here.
Yeah, it's pertaining to however this specific deployment is, I guess, structured, right? So. The element that was chosen determines which of the Bitcoin blocks actually contain this asset. And then within the blocks themselves, obviously, unique data that can be leveraged by the artist himself.
Yeah.
So that's what's happening in all these collections. This one's, the Ninjas is ongoing now. NatGoblins on the 3rd.
That's right. So we just interviewed Foxy and the team. So it was Aaron, Wade, and Kimmy. Yeah, we just had them on.
Literally like an hour ago or something.
Yeah. And so... watch that interview. It's going to be released on Saturday, so in like 2 days from now.
Yeah.
And so what they're releasing is called a bit miner. And so it's a device that you deploy on your bitmap, and you extract Foxy tokens.
Yeah.
And so each UNAT is going to look unique. It's going to mine at a rate that is unique to others, and you can deploy this on your bitmap using their technology stack.
Yeah, this one's going to be huge. So jump into their Discord. I think they're doing some sort of like giveaway process here where you complete some tasks or whatever, you get on the whitelist, right? So I guess like the pre-launch activities are ongoing and happening right now.
Yeah, this is cool. All right, so another one, Superfan. This one's interesting because Superfan is leveraging AI to generate these images to help tell a story. And the story is like happening in real time in a way that is not arbitrary. When a new block forms that contains a pattern, a new event occurs, an alien attack, Godzilla attack, some sort of attack where your hero has to defend its station.
Yeah. See, this one's really tough because it feels like such a potential marvelous breakthrough. It's hard to like interpret like how all this is actually gonna work. It's another one of these like first of its kind iterations. I haven't seen anything in ordinals like this, right?
No, there's nothing like nowhere is there anything like this, dude. Nowhere.
Yeah, so this is gonna be interesting to see this launch. Are you out to play this?
Yeah.
Okay.
So check this out.
The ground
This is a
saturated
field
with
report.
fear.
Sorry, TJ.
All
Sorry
was
for your
quiet
ears.
until we heard the hissing of the has bugs. More than we'd ever seen, coming at us like a freight truck. They ravaged everything on their path, from the Great Lakes, including civilian enclaves. Lots of casualties. But we put bullets through every last one. Nashville, make sure this was worth the cost. Save the chain, save the world.
We were the tip of the spear pointing at the Gulf. Flanking us was all the roads from Houston, Houston to Fort Myers. Might have been the biggest force of roads ever assembled. Man, what a sight to see. Sadly, we'll be burying a whole hell of a lot of friends. But we pushed these zealots back this time. Stay safe out there, y'all. Save the chain, save the world.
So these characters, like when you get a UNAT, you get one of these characters, and I don't know if it'll talk to you like in this way, but it's this is just called a field report of like the actual event that's occurring.
Yeah.
And so you're gonna be able to participate in like this kind of like turn-based gameplay.
And these events are being like queued by patterns on Bitcoin, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So this is what's interesting, right?
So it's cool. Like an event occurs. That event represents essentially 2016 blocks. So 2 weeks. So you have 2 weeks to like defend from that event, and like every 2 weeks is like potentially something new.
Yeah. So really, this is like an ultimate demonstration of like how AI can be leveraged. This is just one use case of it, but it can be leveraged in many different ways in relation to DMT and UNATs and stuff. So
Yeah.
this is going to be something to follow. We're going to interview Superfan here very soon to kind of like get into the weeds of this, because there's a tremendous opportunity here.
Yeah.
Because it's not just a singular collection that's going to be deploying. It's an entire framework of technology that can be leveraged in like, basically this initial community participating in this. It's like you're the first onboard users of it.
That's right.
Right. To demonstrate like what it can be used for.
Yeah.
So yeah, we need to really dissect this and go deep into it, because I mean I could see this being used in context of everything, but more specifically the metaverse, right?
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is gonna be really cool. So I'm actually looking forward to having a conversation with Superfan. All right, moving on. Tap Protocol, they're doing big things. Developers on Tap will be able to execute transactions on L1 Bitcoin while still using their preferred coding language, such as Python, JavaScript, TypeScript, Rust, and Motoko. So if most developers know most of these, and so now you can use your existing knowledge to create smart contracts that can be affecting UTXOs on Bitcoin.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, this is huge. And the reason why this is huge for us is because, this entire ecosystem is built on Tap. So, I mean, already as like flexworthy as DMT and UNAT assets are, as far as like, they're dynamic and their ability to do things that other ordinals are not, that is only going to expand from here.
Yeah.
Like these new developments. And yeah, I mean, we don't know the specifics yet, but I mean, apparently they've achieved the impossible.
Eureka, dude.
Yeah, it's a eureka moment, dude.
We just achieved the impossible on L1 Bitcoin. DeFi will never be the same again. So I can't wait to get into BlockFi, dude. Non-arbitrary yield generation based off of data on Bitcoin.
Yep, that is like a whole new paradigm. When we were at the Blockdrop era, the BlockFi era will definitely be interesting.
Yeah, so if you're a developer and you're privy to DeFi and you want to build a DMT using like BlockFi and like non-arbitrary occurrences and this non-arbitrary yield, definitely hit us up. This is definitely something we're interested in collaborating with. So yeah, hit us up.
Okay. And also keep your eyes open, guys. We do like there's like a Twitter community forming for DMT. They've had 2 Twitter spaces. We attended the first 2. We're gonna attend as much as we can, but the conversations in there have been pretty productive. So
yeah.
If you want to know like real-time updates on things, I mean, we try our best to do that on this channel, but on Twitter as well. So I guess, let's find Matthew Boyley. He's hosting these spaces. So I think they're typically on Mondays, right? Or Tuesdays? I think Monday was the last time we did it. Uh-oh.
Matt.
There it is, dude. All right, yeah, so the link will be in the description here. Just follow his page. He'll be posting, like, these weekly Twitter spaces.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been fun.
Yeah.
All right, that's it for us. If we miss anything in the DMT ecosystem, definitely let us know in the comment section below. I appreciate you guys for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video.